Hi, in this video I go on with my new walking robot model, which is still in a heavy construction. Last time I added some kind of a leg to see how things behave, and as I've noticed, and you could see in the first videos, that things apparently only move when I add sound. So the present state of the situation is like this. I start the program, it goes one way, and during the sound it goes the other way. And of course it has to make a certain move which will be different in all four parts, so that I get some kind of a walking movement. At least that is the idea. And now that I have this kind of arranged here, it is time to put some more in gear, if possible. So let's see if I can construct something else as well. And I would like to do it like here, if I manage that, because with one leg I would have to lift it off, and that brings to mind something else, that I have to guide the leg as well. So something needs to be done in the lower region, but for now with one leg that is not yet applicable. So let's construct something with another gearing on this side. As it turns out that I am one short of this type of gear, I had to improvise a bit and move this gear from that side to here. So now I have two legs connected in gears, and the big question is, of course, will this way work the way I intended to do? Because now I am bound to this part only, since here it is in a kind of hindrance, or what's the word? Anyway, it can't move here, so when I lift it, you get the picture. It can't move freely here, which it can do here. So collision is the word, of course. So it will collide here if I don't get the code right to keep it here. Anyway, this is the construction, and task is now to get some programming done. So let's see how that ends up. So with looking at the code, I realized that I can just run it, because it is addressing both motors. So let's just run it and see what happens. That looks fine enough, but they're not running at exactly the same point. So let's see once again. And by the way, I'm still using the tablet, so that is nothing new if you've watched before. Let's run again. The question is, if I take out the sound, will it still run? That will be an interesting thing to see. Let's just comment out the code. It should be tedious to do it from tablet, but there's for me now no other way. Only 3 lines to comment out, which are the lines while not motor.res is finished, if text.sound finished, play the sound. So let's hope that will do. Run it, and for some reason now it runs without the sound, which is fine with me, so let's keep it that way. And now, oh wait, this was out of place. Let's see once again. And this seems to be a little bit odd, because now this gear which was there is now suddenly here ending, and this one has shifted the same way. So why that is happening is of course a mystery for now. Let's see. And we can change that a little bit to here. Okay, let's see again. And no, this is still a mystery, because I clearly put it here and it should end here, and it doesn't. Why? I don't know. I didn't change the code obviously, except for taking the sound out. And although I don't expect it to be the cause, let me put it back here and this back here, and see what happens if I put the sound back in. That will be a very interesting thing. It should not matter much. It's only the sound I take out. And now it blocks somewhere somehow. Okay, this is not nice. Sound keeps running for some reason. I just pressed Ctrl C, but apparently the editor thinks that is a copying command. And if you can hear it, the motor was still running. It is not now. And the editor is still in some state. So this is very curious, and I have to get the editor out of it. So let's try that first. Alright, I had to break the complete SSH connection to the bot, to the controller. So let's try again with sound. Let me quit the editor, run again. Put the editor back in place. I mean the gear, not the editor. Let's try again. Again, weird behavior. For some reason it starts running and it doesn't do anything. And that ends suddenly. So let's try again. Okay, it's still hung in running. So I just end the connection to the bot. Enter again. Run it. And as you see, completely erratic behavior with the same code. And this time it uses the sound that I left in. So the question is, why is this happening? I have no idea. I really have to find that out. But it's not reassuring to get the bot working. Let's see what happens if I... Oh, see, and now it suddenly ends with the sound. So whatever is happening, I have to find out. Probably I'll have to contact the FT RoboPi creator, if this is familiar with him. So for now I have two legs. They kind of work. Still left is or are legs here and here. I will have to improvise for the gearing because I need two more of this gear. These I do have, so that is no problem. And then I can find out if I can make it walk some way or another. With the cam put in a slightly elevated position, I decide to run some more tests, and I have disabled the sound. Let's see if the algorithm just works or has a different intention. Oh, that's really odd. It barely walks, barely moves. Another attempt. That is odd. It hardly moves at all. And even more, only one side is moving. So that is due to a connection I see here. Let me tilt the camera a bit. There's a faulty connection here. So let's see once again. not quite the intention, although now both move obviously, but although it starts here, it goes but doesn't return entirely to where it is supposed to be. Question is that the code? I don't think so, because it started here, went there and completed. So let's see what happens next. Mind the wires, always important. Here they are okay, but here they are not quite in a safe position, so I should change that as well. Speaking about which, let me do it straight away. Therefore I can use this. I put it in here for the moment, and all wires have to cooperate just a little bit. Yes. Okay, that should be safe now. So let's try again. Very peculiar. With different outcomes each time. So let me put this one again in the original starting situation, which is entirely at the bottom. This way it can slip. This one the exact same but on top. So they are, let's say, quarter pi, is that quarter pi? Anyway, 90 degrees different. And once again, this looks like a faulty error in coding, because there's only halfway coming back. So I'm going to look into the code. And unfortunately you can, okay, this way you can't see the camera, so it's more clear. It's all a set distance to 50. The speed is all is here 125 and here minus 125. And the distance, that is in both cases correct. And the speed is just one way or another. So this should give the same outcome, which it clearly doesn't. So let's see again. Yet another try. This is very peculiar, and I have no idea why this happens. Because obviously this one should end here. This one should end here. And let's see if there's a pattern. It gets higher and higher. Yes. So for some reason, and I have no clue why that is, the end position back is further up to the scale or to the position. So there is something wrong, and be it with the controller, with the motors, or with the code I've written, I have no clue. But this is interesting, and as I've said earlier, if something goes completely correct the first time, what's the fun with that? So I have to figure this out, and in the meantime, thank you for watching these continuous experiments with me as I do them, and to be continued, obviously.